Todd, welcome.
So, everybody, Todd Schmaling from Florida. And
Yeah.
this is going to show you that not everyone who is, you don't have to be famous to be interesting.
In Virginia? Yeah. I really liked Virginia. Life was happy there. Life got real complicated when we moved to Florida. And
all right, I feel like we should
months.
clear the air. All right. How long ago was this? Like when it made the paper? Yeah,
it's 2010, March of 10.
Okay, so sometime around there, if you're a Florida citizen and you're reading the paper, you would have gotten the pleasure of seeing the mugshot of Todd's ex-wife, Ellen.
Which was horrible.
Yeah. So what was that like?
I was in rehab, so I don't know. We might as well tell your listeners that my ex-wife is serving an 8-year sentence on, 3 charges of having sex with 15-year-olds?
Was she a teacher?
No.
Sorry.
Just a crazy woman. So go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, so you're hanging. So how does this happen? I mean, obviously there's some distance in your relationship between you and Ellen at the time.
Oh yeah, I had moved out.
What are you, Dr. Phil?
Real. That's real fucking distance.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to set a tone here.
Set it up.
Yeah. So.
I mean, there was a period for a year where I was living with another woman, and we stayed married. 11 months later, I moved back in. She had been drinking heavily.
Wow.
And just putting the kids in a lot of dangerous situations, like driving blacked out and whatnot.
All right, so you moved back in for the welfare of your kids. That's good. Okay.
So, I moved back in because this other woman flipped her shit on me.
And she's taking.
So I moved back in, and about a month later, I realized that she's fucking the neighbor. Oh yeah, this is drama. But so I grabbed the kids,
like the next door neighbor. Or
literally the neighbor, the next door neighbor.
Okay,
the guy lives in your cul-de-sac.
All right.
But it's the house. It's that one house on the street that has 12 cars that none of them work in it. Like six generations.
The ZZ Top dude.
Even worse, he's from Florida, man.
Does he have a pot belly?
Yeah. The
Does he have a
camel
pot
hat,
belly?
everybody there's like 4
12 cars,
generations
one
of
work,
family in this
and
house.
a mini bike.
Is it that puffy hat too, the one that sits above the head, and leaves air room?
It was a trucker hat.
Yeah,
trucker hat, man.
It was fucking ridiculous. So I grabbed the kids and I left, and I was like, hey, I'm out. If you want to follow me, then feel free. But as of right now, I'm not paying rent on this house anymore. And she wasn't working. We ended up going to counseling, and I said, fine, let's give it another shot. So we got a house. We lived there for 2 years, and then that's when all this weird behavior started happening.
Okay.
All my kids were into skateboarding. That's all they did, and there's a really nice skate park in Sarasota. So she started taking them there, all the time. And I went a couple times. Things got really weird, and I started noticing her behavior. She just changed.
So
you notice this change. This is where you start picking up on something.
So she's always hanging out
I
at the skate
picked
park.
up on it probably a year before she actually was arrested, and I called her out on it, and I was made to feel like I was nuts.
But what did you think? Did you think it was like something like the neighbor, or you thought it was like, wow, she's probably hanging out with an adult? Right?
No, I knew she had befriended this group of teenagers at the skate park.
Okay. For nefarious reasons?
And it was just weird.
No, but she played it down, apparently, because he confronted her, he just said, and she was like, you're fucking nuts. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And you were probably like, yeah, you're right.
But Spidey sense is tingling.
I did. I said, you're right.
Spidey sense is tingling, right? And you confront her, and she says, you're
my
nuts.
Spidey sense was going off the radar,
Okay.
yeah. She's going there every day, and finally I'm like, you know what? You want to go there? That's fine. You're no longer using my kids as a mustache, though. I'm like, they're not going. Leave them at home. Cool. You want to go hang out at a skate park where the teenagers are? Go ahead and expose yourself. But so she didn't listen to me, and every time I go to work, she'd leave with the kids.
Right.
So
no control there.
None.
Yeah,
and then there were times where she was heavily drinking through all this year, and there were times where she would disappear for a day, 2 days. Anyways, my own addiction was escalating way too much, and I decided to go to rehab, So I looked at Ellen then. Oh, before then I had known something was definitely going on because caught her in the closet one night at 2 a.m. texting on her phone. So I ripped the phone out of her hand and I looked, and she freaked out and attacked me. Like, literally, physically attacked me. When all this came to fruition, I went through a really dark period of time, you know.
Right.
And the process of mourning and coming to accept the reality took a while, you know, but it happened. And I when I got out of rehab, and my life was completely different, you know. I say goodbye to Ellen when I walk through the doors, and
You're not surprised. You have your sons, right?
I was surprised.
You were surprised?
Because
It did take you by surprise?
I hope the whole time I thought I was wrong, you know.
Yeah.
And then now it's solidified, and now it's like
And I'm in rehab, and my counselor comes up to me and she says, "I need you to come to my office. We need to call your mom." And I said, "What for?" And she said, "Well, Ellen was arrested last night." And the whole time I'm thinking like, "Oh, she got a DUI," you know.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And your kids are with her, right?
My kids are with Ellen, yeah.
Right,
Actually,
so-
Josh is the one who woke Ellen up at 1 a.m. and said, "Hey, the cops are at the door."
At
So-
1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
That's when they
Yep.
come and get you. Man.
Wow.
They know you're home.
Right, yeah.
I guess so.
Sometimes they come and get
Yeah.
you at 5. I'd rather get the 1
5,
a.m.
you want
1
the
a.m.
5
Yeah, I
in the
want the 1
morning?
a.m. Because the 5 a.m. is like, I'm just not ready. I
Yeah,
gotta go.
pencil me in for 1 a.m.
Can I brush my teeth? Exactly.
I guess,
Sometimes
I
I'm
guess
up.
1 in the
Yeah,
morning is
sometimes
better.
I'm
Well,
up.
I'd still be up. I'd be like, all right, cool. Just let me get my toothbrush and my jacket. I'm ready to roll.
There'd be a lot less
Yeah.
public humiliation at 1 as well.
When you get there, you know, well, 5 in the morning. you come
5 in the morning, I'm
5
dead
in the morning,
asleep. 5 in the
by
morning.
the
I'm
time
dead.
they actually
Yeah.
drag you out of there,
and
it's
you're
going to be
naked when
7.
you get busted.
Yeah, and I'm
man.
hungry.
They don't let you get
Can I get a
dressed.
cup of coffee? What's the protocol on this one?
They don't let you get dressed.
No, they don't. They take you out
No.
with like, the
Take you
underwear.
out- yeah, and I sleep naked, man. I'd be
Ooh.
like,
Well, dude, that makes it easier when you get processed.
That's
'cause
right.
when
I
you get
have
a
seen
jumpsuit-
guys. There's always a handcuffed guy in his underwear and no shoes on cops, isn't there?
Yeah.
Or just jeans,
When they
no
come and
shirt,
get
no
'em, man.
shoes. Yeah.
he was getting ready to go to bed.
Either way,
man. He was
either way. And this goes down.
He doesn't
You're
live
there.
like that, man.
You get the news.
So when do you hear? They come and get her at
Yeah.
1. What time do you
So I hear the next day, you know, from a conference call with me, my counselor, and my mom,
Oh, because you're in rehab.
because I'm in rehab.
Oh, that's right.
And before I went to rehab, you know, I talked to Ellen and I said, "Listen, I need to get clean," you know, and
So who owns
I
the
need-
rights to this story?
We want to
yeah,
auction them.
I said I need to get clean. I need to, you know, I need to be there for the boys. You know, I need to be a better dad. I said I would love to be a better husband. I said, but in order for me to do that, you're gonna change. You're gonna need to change some things too. I said, if you're unwilling, then when I get out of rehab, I'm gonna file for divorce. And she said, no, I'm willing to change. I want to, you know. And I believe that she did want to. She was just so far down a hole that she probably couldn't find a way out, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I pity her for that, you know. But so a weekend, they're supposed to come and see me, and she disappears on the kids again, you know. And so I get this phone call, and my mom tells me what she was arrested for, and you know, I freak out, and I'm like, oh my God, right? I'm bawling, crying, you know, like this is a reality. And I all I could say was, I was right, you know.
Yeah.
For a year, I thought I was crazy.
I was right.
Right.
I was fucking vindicated. I was fucking
That's
right.
right. That is the sound of a
yeah.
divorced man.
Yeah, I was right. Because
The worst thing you want to be
See, if
right
this happened to
about.
Joe,
That's like
Joe would
like-
have been, I told you.